We're in. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to IGTV. On the phone with us, we have RSA Security, actually RSA, the security division of EMC. And we're talking to Lamar Kesem from their fraud action research labs over in Israel. And Lamar, you're going to be talking about banking Trojans and how they can be used for APTs.
Yes, that's right.
All right, so why don't you take it away?
Okay. All right. So, like you were saying, I was going to speak about banker trojans, which are the tools that are used to steal information, and how they can be used in advanced persistent threat attacks. So we're going to look at a few basics of the APT attack, and then we're going to compare how Trojans, what type of information they steal with the plugins they have, and how they can steal information from companies, and not only from user PCs when they're after banking credentials. So the first thing we're going to look at is how did the Trojans get in the first place when they're using an advanced persistent threat attack. We know that they get in by spear phishing. There is some sort of a very well-crafted email that gets to a person, a stakeholder in a company, and eventually he may or she may get confused or convinced to get the Trojan into, not knowingly, obviously, and they get infected with the Trojan. Can fraudsters or criminals use a banking Trojan for that same purpose? Absolutely. They can use any sort of Trojan because Trojans are spyware. They sit on computers to steal information, so they can use any type of Trojan they want. What do APTs do? They start by spreading in the LAN. So would a Trojan, a banking Trojan, be able to spread? Because usually Trojans cannot spread further. But in this case, we do know of a banking Trojan called Bugat, which does spread in the local area network, and that would be possible as well.
Could you spell that out
Uh,
for us?
LAN,
No, the Trojan.
Bugat, B-U-G-A-T.
Bugat.
That's right.
Okay, thanks, Lamar. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay, so where was I? I was going to actually write it. I'm going to write it later in the chat. And what other things do APTs do? We know they want to escalate rights, so they want to get higher up in the company. And what they do is they try to do more spear phishing once they're inside the network. So they'll spoof an email apparently coming from the person they already infected to somebody with a better position to access more resources on the network. Can this be done with a banking Trojan? Yes, there are banking Trojans who actually escalate rights on the computer, become administrators, and then they could afford more things to the fraudster. So he could essentially use other programs on the computer and appear like he's in control. And maybe the most important thing about APTs that we have seen that every time there's an advanced persistent threat on a computer, it comes with remote access. They activate remote access in order to let the criminals control the computer, completely get user-grade control, and that's the most invasive part of the attack. Can a banking Trojan be used for that? Absolutely. We have SpyEye using RDP, which is Remote Desktop Protocol, and we have the Zeus and Citadel Trojans who use VNC, Virtual Network Computing. Both activate user-grade access to the computers they have kidnapped and they take over. So again here, banking Trojan can absolutely be used as an APT. I would assume you have questions or we're going to a break.
No. I just wanted to make sure that you were done on your part in describing that. You're going to go into some impacts afterwards after the break, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Right.
this is a good time. All right. That's Lamar Kesem from RSA, the security division of EMC. All right, and that's fraud action and research labs over in Israel. Everybody. All right, and we will be back right after this message from our friends at Cisco.